What is going on?
Hello, Internet.
Hello. We got the R&M show, episode number 7, Unnecessary Sequels. So how you doing today, man?
I'm doing good, my friend. How are you?
Doing pretty good. It's Saturday. Got quite a bit accomplished today, and now we're doing this stream, man. So looking forward to our picks because honestly, I really have... Honestly, guys, we don't know each other's picks at all. We have no idea. I think you told me one in the background, but I don't know anything else. So it's going to be interesting what we pick. If we've seen these, like some of them you may pick, I may not know the movie. Some of them I may pick, you may not know. I don't know. Right. But it'll be interesting. Right. So I'll be interested to see if we have any of the same. So I'm intrigued for sure.
I'm definitely curious of your picks for sure. I'm wondering if we're going to align at any point, or we're going to be like, "Wow, I didn't think of that one," or maybe we disagree on a couple.
Yeah. I was kind of going through some of the ones that I've watched over the years, and I was going through like my letterbox and like what ones did I really give bad ratings to. So I was kind of going through that and just going through just like I actually was intrigued to see what were some of the worst ones that were considered on the internet as well, just to get some little bit of idea as well. So I'm intrigued. We'll see how it goes, but yeah, did you have just 5, or did you have any like honorable or dishonorable mentions or anything like that?
I'll be honest, I've got 7.
Okay.
But I haven't put them in like any order to be like, right, this is the number 1 unnecessary sequel. I didn't either. And I'll just throw them out as we go,
Yeah, I didn't either, so that'll be fine.
Cool. And I can't believe we're on 7 episodes already, man. It feels like not even long ago we did episode 1.
Yeah, it's been flying by, and I like that we've done different topics, and now we've kind of had the audience doing the voting and everything. And with this one won kind of by a landslide, because this was like about 50% voted for this topic, and then everything else was just kind of like 25%. So yeah, I was intrigued that people pick this. So yeah, it's an interesting topic. I've had a few people comment about it and stuff, so I'm definitely excited to get into it and just talk about some bad sequels and unnecessary ones at that. So
definitely. And if anyone's in the live chat section, leave your comments as we go along. Let us know some unnecessary sequels. I don't know if we've got anyone in the chat, but
yeah, we got a couple at the moment, so we'll see how it goes. And
cool.
Yeah, so I guess we'll get ready to get started. I guess we'll go with we'll go with some dishonorable mentions. Let's see, how many do I have? 1, 2. I got 9 listed, so I got 4, I guess, and 4 in the dishonorable mentions, and then just like 5 other ones. So we'll go with that, I guess.
Oh, so you got 9?
Yeah, I came up with 9. Wow. No order. Just happened to come up with 9.
Okay, cool.
So we'll go with that for sure.
So do you want to mention one, because you've got like 2 more than me?
Yeah. So I guess I'll mention 2 since you got 2. Sure. So the first one for me is a recent film. I think you watched this. Don't know, but Good Burger 2.
I did watch that. Yeah.
That movie. Oh, it was awful.
I don't know what they were thinking when they brought that one, because it's kind of like the humor of the original, and then they bring it over. I can't remember the time difference between the pair of those movies, but it's like the same humor from back when to like today, and it just doesn't transcend well.
No, I agree. And what's crazy is just like they're still kind of the same, like as characters, like nothing's changed. They're still kind of dumb. Like nothing just like really changed between the both of them. I mean, I find it very unbelievable that Kel is married. Is it to Carmen Electra? Is that who it was, or who was it?
It was. I think it's
Yeah,
Carmen Electra. Yeah.
yeah, and had kids with her. I was like, nah. He had that terrible date in the first one, and I was like, there's no way.
Nah. No
Did you
chance.
grow up with like all that, or like Keenan and Kel or anything like that?
Yeah. Like, so those shows on Nickelodeon I'd watch every week, like Kenan and Kel, Saved by the Bell.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I grew up on that. So at the time, Good Burger was like a big hit, the first one. But I mean, since it ended, Kenan and Kel, apart from us who grew up with it, who else talks about Kenan and Kel?
Yeah, well, the thing is, neither one of those, most of those Nickelodeon shows don't have physical media releases. Like Keenan and Kel doesn't, and all that doesn't. And I think that humor is a specific humor for during that time, which is kind of like what we say about certain movies. Like if you don't watch them during like the 80s or during that time period, it just doesn't have that nostalgia for it. It doesn't click as much. So I think like some of that humor, it just doesn't click as much, which I think that's part of the reason why Good Burger 2 went on streaming and didn't like get like a actual theater release.
Right. I think if it was in the cinema, it would have tanked straight away.
Yeah, I think so as well. Because I don't know if like either one of them are really popular anymore. I don't even know if Kel is really in any movies. I know Keenan does some voice acting work. He's done some and a few kid movies,
Right.
but I haven't seen him like do any like live action movies to my knowledge. So I don't know if they're really as big as they used to be. And I heard they're supposed to be making a third one, but what can you do with a third one?
Well, if the second one, for anyone who's not seen it, it's pretty much the first movie, just recycled.
Yeah.
It's like the same plot, same point of the opposite restaurant trying to make massive size burgers so they lure customers in.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, after all this time, you couldn't think of a different plot?
It's been a long time. For
Right.
sure. Who feasting? We got Ryan here saying, "Who loves orange soda?" I do. Ooh. Yeah, love Keenan and Kel as well. Definitely
Yo,
like
Ryan, what's going on?
it's definitely one of those shows that I've watched over and over, Ryan, that I never get tired of it all. And it doesn't have a lot of episodes. I think they only made like 60 episodes and only had about 3 seasons.
Right.
So yeah, it's always a show that I used to watch. But
Yeah, it wasn't many, but it was popular though at the time, for sure.
Yeah, that, and then like all that with the different skits and stuff as well.
Yeah.
I love when he did. If you remember the skit he did where he's in the bathtub and he's reciting French really bad.
Yeah. Man.
And then he has another skit on that show where his name is Ishbu and he comes from another country or whatever, and like he does all these crazy things. I don't know if you remember that.
Nah, I think I'm not going to sit here and say I watched every episode of King and Car. I think I've probably seen most of them, and I saw like
well,
the
that was on
spin-off.
all that, but yeah, I know what you're
Oh,
saying.
okay. No, I
Yeah.
didn't see that. No,
I gotcha. I guess I watched like Nickelodeon pretty religiously growing up, so like I remember those episodes and stuff because I've watched it so many times. So it's like stupid humor, but it always like entertained me and stuff. So yeah, that's why I picked Good Burger too.
I think you maybe Nickelodeon wise, maybe a little bit extra than me, but I definitely did binge King and Kel, Saved by Bell, like Drake and Josh, and stuff like that. But like I missed the kind of Amanda show and all that. I missed that kind of part, but
I got you.
After that point. But yeah, Good Burger 2, good pick, man. And bad movie.
For sure.
And you can tell when they release the third one, it's going to get a nice Steelbook trilogy set, probably.
I'm sure it will. It'll have like really nice artwork, you know. And well, I don't even know. Maybe they'll do a 4K because the original doesn't have a 4K. It only has a Blu-ray. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I have the Blu-ray steelbook of the original, not the second one. The second one did get a Blu-ray.
Oh, I'm surprised you haven't picked it up.
Don't want it.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
So my second dishonorable mention is a movie that I saw recently, and I saw it previously once, but I couldn't remember it that well. It has a terrible Rotten Tomatoes score. I love the first one, but Sinister II.
I've seen it, but only in the cinema when it first came out.
Okay.
So I don't remember a lot about it, so I can't really comment.
I gotcha. Yeah, that one I just think is just so unnecessary because of just the premise alone. Like this time, like the mom is apparently with the sheriff guy, the deputy from the first one.
Right.
And then Bagul has like all these kids that he's obviously gathering again, and it kind of takes away from the purpose and the haunting of like the first one.
Right.
So I don't know. Some of the dialogue's cringy in it. It just doesn't have the same effect as the first one, personally. So I could see why people didn't like it.
I watched the first one. I'd like to say this year. I watched the first one for the first time ever. So I'd seen the second one before the first one.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I know, right?
Yikes.
And I enjoyed the first one, but I do remember coming out the cinema of that second one and thinking, meh. And that was 2018? I can't remember.
Yeah. It was something around there.
Nah. Not a great movie, that's for sure.
Had Cheatable View in here. Hey, Patrick. Troll 2?
Hey, Patrick, what's going on? Haven't suffered through that movie yet.
I have not either.
Yeah. I've never seen Troll 2. But yeah, Sinister 2, man, I can understand. Because that first one leaves it off where it's pretty much resolved.
Yeah, it's like the first one, I don't know. It's a lot more effective. Like for me, I don't really know how you feel with horror movies, but like I don't feel like I ever really get scared or like have like kind of like an eerie feeling like, oh man, I'm not gonna sleep tonight. You know what I mean? But with Sinister, I don't know what it was. Like when I first saw it in the theater, I was like, damn, this is like super. Like it was real scary to me, mainly because of like I guess like the premise of like, you know, these kids like acting outright to kill their parents and families and stuff, and you have this like guy that's like, you know, creating all this havoc with these kids, and you know, just the premise alone, like he's a book writer, and you know, just like the different videos that he watches are really disturbing. Like there's some like really disturbing deaths within those tapes. So it was always one.
I think it's more so like not a full original idea, but like something you don't see in horror movies like very often. At least not that point nowadays. Yeah, probably more so. But yeah, that tapes was like a cool concept, as you said, disturbing deaths. It kind of like had you intrigued when you watches the rest of the tape, what was going to happen, or the next one as it starts getting worse and worse.
Right.
So it had definitely like a creepy factor, but I agree. I don't usually get scared with horror movies. It takes usually the most better horror movies are ones that's realistic.
Yeah.
So yeah, not often.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite kill in that first one? Like a favorite like tape?
If
you remember.
I'll be honest, man, it's that bad I can't remember.
Well, one of the ones that I always remember is the lawnmower scene where they run him over with the lawnmower.
Right, that one's pretty bad.
That's crazy.
It is, yeah. Man, we watch so many movies sometimes it just flies.
No, I understand. I was just wondering if you remembered or not. I guess because for me, like it's always stuck with me, that movie. Like there's certain movies that just stick with you more than others. And for whatever reason, that movie's always stuck with me. And so yeah.
Yeah. When it sticks with you, man, you remember everything. Ask
Oh
me
yeah,
about Barbarian, I'll tell you Barbarian.
yeah. So yeah, let's see.
Okay.
Patrick says Son of the Mask. I haven't seen that one.
Neither have I, but I heard bad things. I
So
avoid
have
it,
I.
believe it or not.
Oh, he also says, "Hey, what's going on?" By the way,
Hey,
say hey.
Patrick. Hope you're well. Hope you're
Thanks for
well, my
watching,
friend.
Patrick. Appreciate it. Do you want to
Yes.
do your two, or do you want me,
Yeah.
or you want to do one back and forth, or what do you want to do? Because
Yeah,
I got two more animals.
yeah, we'll do one back and forth because then that will get us to top 5.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay. Okay, so this first one I'm going to mention, I'm going to put honourable because it's not entirely terrible, but it's pretty bad. Uh, and that is Hangover 3.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what it is? I think I watched the full trilogy late last year.
Mm-hmm.
It's been years since I watched them, and the first one's great, funny comedy movie. Even now, it's great.
Mm-hmm.
The second one, I was like, this is dumb, this is enjoyable, there's moments that is pretty good. And then the third one, they decided, oh, let's go super serious with The Hangover.
Yeah.
Like a comedy franchise, and they go really serious. And I was like, I appreciate they try to do a different direction,
Mm-hmm.
but why did we choose to do this for the last movie in this franchise? It
I
just didn't
agree.
fit. It didn't fit. It felt like there was so much going on. It felt like it was Hangover meets Mission Impossible when they're trying to break into the mansion, and I'm like, why are we doing this right now? And I just think the movie has a bit of an identity crisis,
Yeah.
and yeah, I really don't understand why they made a third. I don't even understand why they made a sequel. Never mind the third one, but at least the second one's okay.
Yeah. What's funny is this one was on one of my dishonorables as well, so we got the same
Oh,
one. So two
oh,
birds, one stone
nice.
there. I totally agree. I think the first one's really good. What's funny is every time I go into Goodwill, I always see Hangover 1 and 2, the Blu-rays. Every time without fail. I'm like, really? People don't want to own this movie?
But yet you don't see a copy of number 3 on the shelves.
I never see 3 at Goodwill, but I always see 1 and 2.
Wow. Everyone must
So
love the third one, man. We're hot take club tonight.
it must be that giraffe scene when they're on the highway.
Must
So
be.
yeah, I mean, I think with the first one, great concept. The second one's kind of like the rehash of like the first one, pretty much, but it's watchable.
Right.
But like
Right.
obviously it's not like a go-to. But that third one's horrible. Like I don't even want the third one in my collection, honestly. We pretend we stop at 2. That's it.
Right. Right. Oh, maybe the third one may have been good if they left it so many years later.
Right.
Like they've grown up a little bit, the characters have changed a little bit, but something brings them back.
Mm-hmm.
But the third one just felt like kind of just did it because it made money.
Yeah, that's usually how it goes. Like they make the money,
Yeah.
like, oh, let's do another one. Oh, we don't have a story. Ah, we'll just throw a flimsy one together.
Right. Pretty much. Pretty much, man.
What's going on, Wilkie's Movies and Music? Hey, y'all.
Hey, Wookie, how you doing? Thanks for tuning in.
And we got Cy in here saying, hey, guys. What's going on, Cy?
Legend. Hey, Sai, what's going on? Yeah, if you guys are
And,
watching live, tune in with some of your picks as well.
yep, we appreciate it. Since you pretty much took mine, I guess I will go back to you with your last one, and then I think I'll have one more after that.
Next one. Okay, so I'm going to put this one dishonorable mentions because I was going to mention in top 5, but actually thinking about 2 others I've got written down. I was like, nah, I'd rather do this one any day of the week than them
Yeah.
ones. So this next one I'm going to go is Pirates of the Caribbean 4. Stranger Tides, I think it's called.
Yeah, I believe so. I actually did a recent rewatch of the whole franchise, and personally for me, the first one's great. have it in the collection. Love it. 5 stars every day of the week for me. The second one is tolerable. It's not that bad. As soon as we get to 3 and on, it just goes downhill for me. I mean, it gets worse and worse.
The strange thing is like, so I really like the second one as well. Like the first one is great. Yeah, I agree. The second one, I think, arguably kind of as good.
Yeah.
It depends on what day of the week. Sometimes it'll be the first one's best. The second one, I flip flop. The third one is okay. At least it's kind of like a nice trilogy. It wraps it all up, done and dusted.
Right.
And the fourth one's like, oh, hey, remember me? I'm over here. And then it's kind of like, then it gets to the point where it's kind of like Final Destination, where the last Final Destination was that bad. They're like, oh, we need to make another one to redo this entry.
Yeah.
And that's what kind of Pirates 5 is like, because number 4 was bad.
Yeah, the fourth one, is that the one with Penelope Cruz is in that one?
Okay. Yeah.
Thought so, yeah.
And that's all I had to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not great, unfortunately.
Definitely agree. So, and the thing is, they're planning to make another one. I've heard like Margot Robbie's supposed to be in another one. And I'm like, no, we don't need any more. Keep it dead.
I don't know. I think if they had a good enough story, maybe. Whether it's her or whether it's Johnny Depp coming back. If they had a good story to tell, okay, cool, I could be on board for that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think if they're just going to do it for the IP, the licensing, and just to shove another one out there after all this time, then don't bother.
Yeah. I think with this, sometimes what they do with these sequels is like they're just looking at the fact that like, okay, it's established, we can just go back in there and like throw this out there and people will go flock to see it because like it's by the name alone. And the fact that like obviously Margot Robbie is popular from Barbie, I guess they figure, she'll be able to, I guess, save the franchise, so to speak. I don't know. I mean, they make money.
They do, but at the same time, I don't know if Disney's not learned from Indiana Jones 5 that it lost like 250 plus million.
Yeah.
And that's an IP that people would flock to see. Well, they didn't.
I think personally, though, because of the fourth one, that kind of killed everybody's expectations for any more at that point, too.
I mean, I know it's been some time since we've had a Pirates movie.
Yeah.
But I don't know anyone clamoring for another one.
Not really. I don't feel like they're as talked about as much, though. Like in the Disney parks, they still have that Pirates of the Caribbean ride. So I feel like that's still a popular ride. So maybe there's still enough fandom for it.
It's just a case that they'd have to make one where maybe a cheaper budgeted, but they make it. Mm. And because the thing is, if they'd made one and it turned out to be maybe okay at best, people's going to go back to the original ones. So it might boost sales on physical media, streaming, all that kind of stuff, really, I guess.
That's true. And they technically don't all have 4Ks here either. So.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. I think over there they do, though. I think you all have a set of them all. We do not.
We got a 4K standard box set of them all. Mm-hmm. Or we also got a 4K steelbook collection of them all as well.
Yeah, we don't have any of that. I don't know why.
Wow.
It's weird.
I'm shocked.
Yeah, you'd figure that, but it's Disney. Like to hold stuff hostage over here.
Right.
They do. Like Barbarian.
That's never seen the light of day.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how they're going to handle that moving forward. But I mean, I'll be intrigued to see like what a trailer looks like. Not sure if that's something I'd rush out to the theater go see, but we'll see.
I'm with you. I agree.
Let's see. We got some people that have commented, some ones that didn't like. Oh, this one I know that you liked. Exorcist Believer is a bad sequel.
Man, that got trashed.
Yeah, it did.
I didn't mind the movie personally.
I remember your review.
Yeah, like, is it fantastic? No. Did it need Ellen Burstyn in? No. But when we talk about someone on our list here, I'd watch that movie over these any day of the week.
That's true. Yeah.
I think Exorcist Believer, maybe as every time you watch it, it might grow on you a little bit.
Right.
Whereas these, I'm just like, nah, no chance.
I feel like with exorcism movies, it's real tough because there's only so much you can do with them. And I feel like there's some people out there that have intrigue with them, but I feel like there's a lot of people that are like turned off by them. Like they won't watch them. Oh, it's an exorcism movie? Not watching it. Because like they know like the tropes and what's going to happen. You know, there's obviously going to be an exorcist. Someone's going to go crazy. You know what I mean? Like there's only, I feel like so much stuff that you can do with it. So
I think it's one of those where they just need to give the stereotype a bit of a rest.
Right.
Like say if you didn't have an exorcism movie for like 3 or 4 years, then all of a sudden one comes out, people will be like, oh wow, an exorcism movie? Cool. It's been like a long time. Like, you know, the kind of tropes you get, like you give it a rest for a little bit.
Right.
But because we get so many, whether it's asylum ones, whether it's the exorcism with Russell Crowe we've had recently.
And it's getting a 4K.
I
laughed when I saw that.
I know, and I was like, I bet you've got that on pre-order.
No. Especially the scene where he literally falls out the window and there's like no explanation about that. What the hell?
He used his wings and flew away, Ryan. That's what happened.
I guess. It's crazy.
Oh man, that scene's great.
Let's see. Pirate sinks after the second, Patrick says.
I don't mind the third one personally. Again, it's not one I'd rush to rewatch, but the first two, yeah.
Yeah, the first two are the best. Sai says The Matrix Resurrection is a 1 out of 10 for me. People hate that movie. I think I was one of the few ones that was kind to it, honestly.
I've never seen any of the Matrix movies.
I remember.
So no comment.
I remember.
But I didn't hear good things about that one.
Let's see. A couple
1
of
out
ones.
of 10.
Phantasm 3, 4, and 5. Never seen any of them, so I can't comment on that one.
No, but I don't understand why that would have 5 movies.
I don't even know what the original's about, personally.
I've never seen it. I know what it's about vaguely, but I've never seen it, though.
Gotcha.
Wow.
Superman 4, Quest for Peace. Have you seen that one?
I have, yeah.
Really bad?
Yeah. I was going to say it's got a couple of redeeming things, but not much, unfortunately. It's bad.
Let's see. We got Andrew in here.
Yo, Andrew, what's going on? He sent me a picture the other day. He picked up Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey Steel book.
Yeah, he was really excited for that. $14.97 clearance.
I know. He put the emojis, like the smiley face ones with like the dollar signs on.
And he says unnecessary sequel, Independence Day 2.
Trash. Yeah. Kobe.
And Sai says Independence Day Resurgence is really, really bad.
That's the second one.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
No.
Don't do it, Ryan.
I really didn't care for the first one that much, personally.
You'll watch this one, you'll be like, wow, the first one's great.
I remember the first one had like a lot of characters and a lot of stuff going on. It was just okay at best.
This one's the same?
Oh, it is the second one? Oh,
yeah.
God. I want a sequel to the Wonka experience. I remember
Oh
that when they
man,
did that.
I mean, I'd be there for sure. Yeah, man. One day, hopefully.
We got a lot of comments with sequels here.
Hey,
Alien
see the
4,
name.
also known as Resurrection. Have you seen all the Alien movies?
Only seen the. I've only seen the first one, Covenant, and Alien vs Predator.
Okay, I've seen Alien, Aliens 2, or Aliens,
Aliens, yeah.
and I've seen Prometheus.
Oh, okay. So we're quite missing a few entries there.
Yeah. So that's interesting. I've heard a whole bunch of off the spectrum about, that those movies. They're like all over the place, it seems like.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
Expendables 4, Space Jam 2, and Grown Ups 2.
That is some good picks.
Yeah.
I was actually talking about Space Jam last night, but I didn't actually put it on the list.
So I guess I'll just go ahead and just say, like, one of my ones on here, while we're on the subject of this, is Space Jam: A New Legacy. So I guess we'll just break into the 5 with that.
Wow.
Yeah, that's one of my 5 right there. I love the original Space Jam, and I'm not a big fan of LeBron personally. He's a very outspoken person. I don't know if you really know much about him. And I usually don't like that affect me, like, as far as like with movies. Like, I don't go into a movie and go, I don't like this person, so I'm not gonna like it. But like, just like his, like, how he handled the like marketing for that, and how he kind of handled the fact that it didn't do that well. I just thought it was really unprofessional personally.
Okay.
And
Didn't
the
know
movie
this.
just didn't have the charm as the first one, I thought.
I didn't know what he said about the movie, I'll be honest.
He just had like a very bad attitude towards the fact that it didn't do well. And like some of the comments he made. I'm not gonna repeat exactly what he said because it's not appropriate. But
yeah, sure.
It definitely turned me off from watching anything with him in it. So, and I don't really watch basketball really, personally. Like a little bit here and there. Michael Jordan went with him in the first film. Obviously we know who he is and everything, just because like he's big. Everybody knows him. He's a big athlete. Right. But I used to watch that first one like all the time as a little kid. So, and like that got me into like the Looney Tunes and stuff like that. So with this new entry, like, it's like a no all the way. I actually skipped it in theaters and saw it on Max at the house.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it didn't do it for me. You saw it, I'm assuming, right?
So I've only seen it once.
Okay, same.
And I think at the time I gave it like 7 out of 10.
Okay.
Because I remember like sitting in the cinema, I was like, yeah, actually it was quite fun. But then like the more you think about the movie when you come away from it, and more I like, because man, I saw it in the cinema, so 3 years ago maybe.
Something like that, yeah.
So I think 2021, I think. And then I just think, wow, you've got that scene where they throw like all the DC Warner Brothers characters in that basketball scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, LeBron's not a great actor either.
Nope.
Don Cheadle was probably the best part of that movie.
Yeah.
Like, it was kind of cool to see him as a villain as such.
Yeah.
But I don't remember anything else about it.
Yeah, I remember like when they had the one basketball scene towards the end, they had like a lot of like Easter eggs in the crowd with like the different cartoon characters and stuff, which was cool.
Right.
But I don't know, it just didn't have anywhere near the same effect. When you just love the original movie so much that when you go into a sequel, like, you just know like it's not going to work for you. That's kind of how I felt about it. I tried to keep an open mind with it, but yeah. I do remember though, before Best Buy closed, you could always find that Steelbook anywhere in the store. That one was collecting dust at all times. They literally put it on discount, still couldn't give it away.
You didn't pick it up?
No.
Wow. Okay. No. If Ryan doesn't pick it up, you know it's bad.
But so yeah, like that right there, that's one of my picks. And then he mentioned in here Grown Ups 2 and Expendables 4. Grown Ups 2, I love the first one. Fun movie. The second one, I totally agree. It's just, it goes downhill. I think that's the one with Taylor Lautner, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's just not the same charm. Bad. And then we all kind of know how we feel about Expendables 4.
I don't know why they made one past the first one.
Yeah, I'm not really a big fan of the franchise personally.
I think it's a cool concept to get all these action stars together.
Yeah.
But Megan Fox and 50 Cent, I never knew they were action stars.
Yeah, that and there's just some weird stuff that happens in that movie. Like, there's definitely times where they're in the boats and they're not really in the boats. They're on green screen.
Worse than asylum effects at times.
Yeah, like I remember there's the one scene in the beginning of the movie where I think Sylvester Stallone goes to meet Jason Statham, and like the outside, it's definitely not like in a neighborhood. They're definitely on like a green screen, like talking to each other in the beginning of the movie. Then there's like that awkward pissing scene in the movie as well. There's like a lot of weird stuff in the movie. It's just, I don't know, man. It's bad.
Yeah.
But it's you can laugh at it though. It's definitely one of those.
Don't care to watch it again.
Let's see. He also has both Magic Mike sequels, which I've never seen any of those movies.
Nah, can't comment.
I
bet he loves them, really.
Grown Ups 2 was very disappointing.
Yeah. Agree, Patrick.
Oh, we got Jason's Entertainment in here saying, "What's up, guys? What's going on, Jason?"
Hey, Jason. Hope you're doing well.
And he says, "Unnecessary sequel for me was The Sandlot 2.
I think I've seen it, but it's been a very long time, so I don't remember it at all.
I didn't even bother watching it. I love the first one.
I love the first one, so I can't imagine them doing a sequel. I think they actually made 3 of them, actually. I think the other 2 were straight to streaming, though, or DVD release at the time.
Yeah, I don't know. I stopped after 1.
Same. Same.
All right. We'll go with a few more picks, and then we'll get back to the comments.
Cool. Okay, so for me, let me just rub out the ones on my list here. Right, cool. Okay, so the first pick I'm going to choose, and I've got Anthony Perez to thank for this.
Oh boy.
So for me, these should have stopped after 3-4 movies maximum. But we've got The Land Before Time.
Dude, it's so funny when you guys started that series, and like Anthony's like, "Yeah, we're gonna go through every single movie," and I'm like, "There's 14 movies." Since when? And then he's like, "Oh yeah, and then we're gonna go into the series too," and I'm like, "Mike is not doing that."
He talked to me about the series. He's like, "Oh, there was a series too." I was like, "Count me out." Don't get me wrong. I appreciate him having for the 14. I'll always be appreciative of. At least I've seen them all, right? So I can comment and say like, right, they were, yeah, man. From movie 1 up until 13, there's no character growth at all. These characters don't get any older. They don't really get any wiser. It takes 13 movies for one set of parents to have a little baby dinosaur.
Wow.
And bear in mind, like, the last movie was 2014, 2016 or something.
Mm-hmm.
And the first movie was back when, I can't remember when it was. But man, they just churned these out.
That's crazy. I honestly don't remember them at all. I mean, I probably have seen the first one maybe when I was really young, but I don't remember them at all personally. And again, I was shocked that there was 14. I was like, are you serious? Since when? And it's also funny too, because every time I go into Walmart, they got all 14 in a nice little DVD box set. And I always think of you guys when I see it.
Oh man, don't buy it, Ryan.
No, I don't want it.
Man, like, yes, it's just a franchise that did not need 14 movies. It's maybe 3 or 4 maximum. Because
right.
like the first one's the best, right? And then you get a few sequels that's not too bad, but they're probably not too bad because the others stink. So you're like, wow, okay, this is actually okay.
I would say they probably blend together after a while too. Like you forget what happens in each one because there's not much growth or anything, like you said.
Man, it's as you go. So the first movie's really good, right? Then after that, they decide to make every sequel like a musical. So they have like 4 or 5 songs in there, and like some songs are like rubber dub dub, and I'm like, I'm not 2-year-old. This is not for me. So yeah, man, Land Before Time's my first pick at number 5.
It's a good pick. There you go. Alrighty. Okay. So I don't know if you've seen. I think you've seen all these.
Okay.
My pick. I'm grouping these ones together.
Okay.
But mine would be Pitch Perfect 2 and 3.
Okay, I have seen the trilogy. Yeah.
And I love that first one. The first one was such a surprise to me. 2 is like a little bit more tolerable than the third one, but that third one is bad. It's so bad. And like they have like a mission. I think like Rebel Wilson is trying to like her dad's involved, I believe, if I'm going back into thinking about it. And it's just like this. We've gone from singing to her like going on a mission about her dad, and like these people are going after them. I'm like, this is horrendous.
It's literally like Hangover 3 when I mentioned before.
Yeah.
It goes from like a straight narrative of like a singing contest,
right?
And obviously the Hangover a comedy, to be in Mission Impossible. Pitch Perfect 3, that like when they're sneaking around on the boat and stuff.
Yeah, it's bad. Oh man, I just every time I think of that series and someone mentions the third, I'm like, the third doesn't exist. Yeah, it's just bad. And I heard I think a while ago I mentioned that I think they're doing another one. I'm pretty sure they are.
I think so.
I hope we don't have any more boat chases and looking for our fathers. And can we go back to the basics? You know
what it is, man? I hope they don't, because since the last movies, obviously Rebel Wilson's lost a lot of weight.
Yeah.
Which, fair play to her, that's great. Well done to her for doing that. Yeah. But I can see already that movie's just going to be butt the jokes and be like, oh, she's not Fat Amy anymore,
Yeah.
And that's the punchline's going to be throughout that movie.
Well, yeah, like some of those jokes now they wouldn't work out because of kind of how humor's changed.
Right.
So I think it would be a lot more tamed.
I think that the first movie, don't get me wrong, like could have a good sequel. And the sequel's okay, but like that series as such could have better entries. But after the first one, they relegate is it the Troublemakers? Is that was that them?
Something like that, yeah.
The guy group anyway.
Yeah.
Like the main threat of the first movie, they relegate them pretty much completely in the second and third one.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of like to forget what made that first one great.
Yeah.
The only good additions to the second and third one was probably Haley Steinfeld.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember she was in it.
That's probably the best additions they did. That's about it.
Yeah, other than that, no. Let's see. We got a couple comments in here.
Pitch Perfect 3, Mission Impossible.
Rocky 4 is cheesy as hell. I haven't seen any of the Rocky movies. I know I'm behind on all those.
It is, but it's still a good movie.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
American Werewolf in Paris.
I've heard bad things.
Yeah, I've only seen the original one. So I don't know anything about that one.
Right. Keep it that way.
See. Backdraft 2? Never heard of that.
I've heard of the first. Never seen it, but I've heard the first one.
Never heard of it.
I'll take your word for it, Patrick.
Balto 2?
What's Balto?
It's a Disney movie, the original, but I haven't seen it. God, probably since I was 5.
I've honestly never heard of it.
Never heard of Balto, huh?
I thought it was like Bolt. You just spelled it wrong, but no, I'm wrong. So sorry.
Nope.
Yeah, sorry, Jason. I don't know.
Ouija Shark 2 is a solid sequel.
I mean, it can't be worse than the first one. Surely.
Yeah.
Surely not.
See.
Solid sequel.
Getting more comments in here.
Yeah,
LeBron and Space Jam 2 have one thing in common. They both flop.
That is true. But, I mean, if you've noticed, LeBron, when he got involved in movies in that short time, it was Space Jam 2, then the remake of House Party.
Oh, man. Rashad loved that one.
Favorite movie of the year. So, yeah, it just goes to show, like, the impact he had already when he was trying to make movies. Sequels or remakes. No originality to that guy.
Nope. No, thank you.
No.
Alrighty. So we're on our number 4.
Yeah. Okay, so number 4. Alright, so this next one I'm not sure if you're going to have on your list. But basically, any movie after the third one, I will say. And that is Home Alone.
That is on my list.
Oh, okay. Cool. Cool.
So, the first 2 are great classics.
Right.
Personally, I prefer the second over the first. But I like both of them.
Right.
The third one, when they change up to the new kid, it's not great, but it's tolerable for me. I can watch it.
Right.
After the third one, no thanks.
Yeah, I agree. And it seemed like they made a few of them just straight for streaming and on like pennies.
Yeah, one of them, I think it's the 5th one, like he's like looking for a ghost or something. I'm like, what are we doing?
I just think at this point in time, if you're going to make a Home Alone movie, whether it's that Disney remake, I didn't watch that one, but I don't care to. Or whether it's just like a straight to DVD one, whatever they make, they need to come up with like a different idea than just, oh, here's the bad guys, let's set up some traps and let's set up a paint can to knock them off the stairs.
Yeah, the villains are terrible.
Yeah, they never have good villains. I mean, of course, from the original, even the original ones, they're dumb, but they're still good, like cool villains, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I just don't get how you make more than 2, really.
Yeah, I mean, I think like the third one like grew on me like after a while, but like after the third one, it's just not tolerable for me. There's no way.
But you watch the other sequels and you think, wow, that third one's terrific.
Especially the fifth one when he's like looking for ghosts and stuff. I'm like, what are we doing? Ghost alone?
Could be.
Shaggy and Scooby? It's horrible.
Man, might as well be. But I'm glad we've both got that on the list anyway. That's cool.
Yeah, I thought about that right away when we thought of sequels. I'm like, oh, I already know. Home Alone's on that list.
Yeah.
So that's funny. I gotta take that off my list since we pretty much
covered
that.
Cool. And that's it. We didn't know each other's list either, so that's cool.
No, I had no clue. So that's funny. Both thinking of that. Let's see. Blade Trinity was rough.
From what I remember.
Blade movies.
Don't watch the third one.
That's the third one? Blade Trinity?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's bad.
And then isn't Marvel making a Blade movie as well?
Well, apparently. But they keep firing directors, keep firing the writers. I don't know what's going on with that movie.
Yeah, I would imagine that wouldn't be anywhere near as good without Wesley Snipes.
Well, from what I've heard, and Rashad was telling me this actually, so shout out to Rashad. He was telling me that they keep rewriting the movie because I don't think they believe that Mahershala Ali is capable to lead the movie by himself. So apparently there's been a lot of rights of having him and side characters where they help him to hold up the story. And I'm just like, well, why is it called Blade?
That's wild.
It's like Shang-Chi, right? Shang-Chi and Friends. Hold up that movie, his friends, right?
Yeah.
Aquafina is pretty much Shang-Chi and Aquafina might as well be called.
Wow.
Yeah, man. So I think that's why it keeps getting panned and pulled all the time.
Yeah, I was reading yesterday, Patrick, that they've like released like Marvel's schedule. Apparently, it's still slated for next year. Like they're gonna film it or something. So I don't know if I think it would be kind of rushed. I would think, but I would expect it's not going to be good whenever it comes out. It seems like it's going to be going on the route of like a Kraven the Hunter when we get that in December, if we do. With that being moved a million times.
I think at this point they'll just release it just to. They haven't tax righted it off yet, so.
Yeah.
Who knows, man?
But we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so we're at what, number 3?
Yeah, because we had a similar one there. Yeah.
Yeah, a similar one.
Yeah, go for it, man. I'll let you go first in case we have the same one again.
All right. So I don't know if you've watched this one. I really do like the first one, and I know we've talked about it before. Jingle All the Way 2 with Larry the Cable Guy.
I have not.
You talk about a bad movie. No. Larry the Cable Guy, no. I haven't watched it in a while, so I don't remember the plot fully at this point. But no. Jingle All the Way 2, Larry the Cable Guy is a no every day of the week. So, and I don't know if you've watched much with Larry the Cable Guy. I don't know if you care about him as an actor or anything because he doesn't do much.
I think I've seen him make a wrestling appearance in the past.
Okay.
But that was a long time ago. So I don't really know much about him, why he's called Larry the Cable Guy or anything, really.
I think it's something with his comedy act or something. He's just known for being a redneck and drinking beers.
Okay. Yeah. Wow.
I think there's been a couple of movies he's watched that I unfortunately had to watch. He's not a good actor. And you can imagine Jingle All the Way too, how that would go.
Is it a rehash of the first one?
It's been a while since I've watched it, but I just remember him like in a truck and like him talking to somebody. I remember, but I mean,
Wow.
at this point, like it's just there's no reason it need to be made. Definitely one of those straight to DVD movies.
I remember getting a release on DVD.
Yeah.
But
So
I've never. I wonder if Ryan, if he's still watching in the chat, because he loves the first Jingle All the Way, like a lot of us do. I wonder what his thoughts are on the second one.
Well, Patrick had no idea there was one.
Yeah, I'd like to say it was a while ago now.
Yeah. Well, let's see. When did that one come out? Jingle All the Way 2. Let me see.
Man. I'm going to take a stab in the dark. I'm going to say 2010?
2014.
Well, okay, I wasn't too far off.
And Patrick, it's on Tubi if you want to watch it.
Oh, man.
Of course it is.
It sounds like a bad movie watch-along waiting to happen.
Yeah, let me see if it says the plot in here.
Get Ryan on board.
A child's father this is the plot of it. A child's father and stepfather engage in an all-out battle to get her the toy of her dreams for Christmas. So pretty much the same plot. And let's see who the director is. Alex Zam. Has he done anything? Because I don't even know. He's done the Woody Woodpecker TV series. And
what, the original?
From 2017 or 2018.
Okay.
Yeah, so I guess that's like a new one or something. He's done a lot of TV movies, so I'm sure the movie has a TV feel to it. It actually has a 3.8 out of 10 on IMDb. So that tells you how good that one is.
Right.
So, yeah.
I'll put myself through the movie at some point.
Yeah, that would be a good sequel, because I know yeah, like you said, Ryan likes Jingle All the Way.
Get him on.
That would be perfect.
Right.
Alrighty.
Dude.
Mm-hmm. What is your number 3, sir?
Number 3? Okay. So I'm going to class this as one pick.
Okay.
You know this one. And that is Taken 2 and 3.
Yes, sir.
Now, it gets to the point, the first one's a great movie, a great revenge movie. It definitely established Liam Neeson into this Taken act he is in his career phase right now.
Yeah.
For the past 10, 12 years, however long he's been in it.
Mm-hmm.
But man, when it gets to 2 and 3, you just wonder, how bad of a dad is this guy, really?
Yeah.
with his daughter and his wife going missing or getting kidnapped. And man, that's speaking of a movie that does not need to be made. 2 and 3, for sure. It's
3 is horrendous.
It's been a long time since I've seen them, so I don't know if they hold up. I don't know if they've gotten worse. I mean, I don't know.
The third one is the one where he gets accused of killing his wife, and the police are after him, and it's just like no. And even the ending of the third one, it leaves it open technically for a fourth one.
I mean, he's done about 20 of them now, so
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's really bad. At least with the second one, it's a rehash. Obviously not as good as the first one. It's kind of like the same thing with Hangover and Pitch Perfect. Mm-hmm. Like the second one is tolerable to a point, but didn't need to be made. But the third one is just, it's so bad. I mean, it's just, the plot is gone from Taken to, I mean, what do you call it? Like Wanted?
Wanted? Yeah, right.
Wanted 3?
Wanted 3?
I don't know. It's just, no.
It's just talk about a movie that does not need a sequel.
Yeah, Holland actually chimed in here. Hey, Holland. He got paid for doing 3. I don't think he wanted to do it, but they backed him up the money truck. Of course. Of course they did.
They put it in his driveway and he's like, bring it in. Bring it in.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. I mean...
But surely he didn't get paid for doing 3 immediately. Because when they released the first one, there's no way to guarantee that was going to be a hit at the box office.
That's true.
It must have been the first one did well and then said to him, right, we'll pay you to do 2 more.
Probably so.
I'm guessing so. I could be wrong. But wow.
He says the only thing missing in Taken 3 is a one-armed man.
Probably would have made it better.
Yeah.
Man.
Let's see. Darkroom is in here. Hey, what's up, Darkroom?
Hey, Darkroom, what's going on?
Going on.
Hello to anyone in the chat.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Taken 3, The Fugitive. Yes. Seriously, yeah. I just didn't like that plot at all. And then, like, spoilers, but like his daughter ends up getting pregnant or whatever.
Right.
Like towards the end, and that doesn't get resolved. That's why I said that there could be a 4th one. Technically.
Man.
Please
no.
The little kid gets kidnapped, comes taken for the baby. The baby's like strapped in the back of someone's car or something. And they go on a wild chase. I could see something stupid, like they're driving through the city and they're all shooting at each other. Meanwhile, the baby's in the back of the car and like gunfire's erupting like around him and stuff.
Oh man, the scary thing is that's
so stupid.
Scary thing is that's a possibility as well.
No, I'm serious. Like they would do something dumb like that.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's the scary thing. That would probably happen in Taken 4.
Especially now with like he gets involved with anything now. Like he does like any movie, and I don't know. I just don't. He doesn't have the same appeal to me as he did like back when. Like especially like his newer movies. Like some of his newer movies are just straight like dog crap. They're bad.
I think it's past the point now though where when he made that first original Taken, he was kind of hot property for a little bit.
Yeah.
And he made some movies after that, which wasn't like a rip-off of Taken. They were slightly different.
Yeah.
Like Run All Night, I didn't mind that one. They made Unknown.
Which wasn't bad.
Unknown wasn't bad. They made a few at that point. Maybe the first 3 or 4 after the Taken ones weren't too bad. And then ever since then, man, I haven't seen the ones you have, but I've seen like you and Perez cover them, like Black Knight or Black Knight or something.
Is horrible.
I just remember you guys talking about them, and I was like, I'm done with this guy.
I remember I had a conversation with my friend from Kentucky, and we were talking about Blacklight, and it's almost like some of the actors in that movie, like it was during COVID, and they're like, "Who can we get? Just tell this guy to come in, fill in the role."
Man,
so like that one, I think like the last one I liked from him. It was a movie called Honest Thief.
Don't know if I saw that one.
That's the one where he committed a crime and like he admits it. And he's on the run, of course, from the police, and he has the girlfriend and everything.
I think the last one I saw from him was he like an ice trucker?
Oh, Ice Road Truck. That movie was bad. That was on Netflix.
Yeah, that's the last one I saw.
Okay, so you haven't seen a lot of the latest ones that I've had to suffer through.
Thankfully, no.
That's funny.
Nah.
And it's funny too.
He's a great actor.
Like whenever I see his movies pop up now, none of them have any marketing, and they just drop them in the theaters.
That clearly goes to show they've got no trust in the projects anymore. It's a shame. He's a good actor, and I think if he was given like a new serious role where he's not in an action heist movie, they could probably bring back some appeal to. a bit like a Korea revival as such.
Mm-hmm.
But they keep putting them in these action movies, man, all the time. It's just the same thing over and over again. It's only going to get to a point where someone's going to be like, right, I'm going to check out this one.
Yeah. I mean, I think like the only one that kind of was a little bit different was the recent one he did, In the Land of Saints and Sinners. It seems like that was received a little bit better. But again, it's another movie that wasn't promoted well. It was just dropped in the theaters.
Right.
So,
right.
Let's see. Do we have any comments here? Got conversations going back and forth here.
Cool.
We got Scott in here. Hey, what's going on, Scott?
Hey, Scott, what's going on? Hope you're doing well.
And Darkroom says the two movies from Liam Neeson I like are The Marksman and The Grey.
I remember the Grey, and I didn't mind that one.
The Marksman wasn't too bad. The Grey, I didn't like the ending of The Grey. Darkroom. Wasn't a big fan of it. I like the aspect of that he's he's trying to survive in a harsh environment with the snow and everything.
Right.
And then like the wolves are coming after him and stuff. Interesting concept because he's not dealing with fugitives. Right. So, but I didn't like the ending of that one.
I can't remember much of it, but I remember not minding the movie.
Yeah. And did you see The Marksman or no?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, I think that may have been after Ice Road Truckers, I think. I think it was.
He's made that many, man. They're just blurry now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Liam took over for Bruce Willis. Love it.
Hey, that's fantastic.
But the thing is, though, at least Patrick, his movies are getting into theaters. Bruce Willis, his are going to the $5 bin at Walmart. So it's a little. So he's got a little bit, tiny bit more faith than Bruce Willis. Like there was a time, Mike, where Bruce Willis literally last year, where he literally almost, I feel like every other week there was a new Bruce Willis movie coming to Walmart DVD. Like no joke.
It was the same thing, like another action movie with Bruce Willis as well.
Well, what they would do is they'd put him in the movie, and he's in the movie for like 10 minutes, but they put his name on the front cover, of course.
Oh, he'd be on the front cover all the time, yeah.
Yeah. But he's in the movie for like 10 minutes.
Hey, that's great. Liam took over. And then when Liam's done, Awkwafina's going to take over.
Oh, God. Liam Neeson may be in a future unnecessary sequel, the new Naked Gun movie. He's playing Frank Drebin. Is it?
Yeah, have you seen? You haven't seen Naked Gun, right?
Never seen it.
Okay. It's slightly different because, like, Naked Gun, although it's kind of action, it's kind of like more comedy.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe it might be a bit of a change of pace we need from Liam Neeson, but we just don't need a Naked Gun movie again.
That would be different. There was one movie I watched for the first time recently. It's an older movie that he was in. And apparently it has like 3 or 4 sequels or something to it. I've only watched the first one. I think he's only in the first one. But a movie called Dark Man. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Dark Man?
Yeah.
I think I've heard of it. Maybe. I mean, I think I've seen maybe the DVD cover, but that's about it.
Okay. Yeah, it was made, I think, in the 80s. Could be early 90s.
Okay.
So. Okay. But anyway. Alrighty. So I guess we'll get into our number 2 pick.
But did you say your number 3?
Yeah, my number 3 was oh shit, what was it? I just erased it.
I can't think. Did you say your number 3?
Mine was Jingle All the Way too.
Oh yes. Yeah, sorry, it was. Yeah, okay, man. So number 2. So now, if these are the ones unnecessary and like ones I've seen in the past year or so, I hated both of these movies, man. The number 2 for me is actually one I watched maybe 2-3 months ago now, if that, and that is Jeepers Creepers 3.
Oh yeah, that's a bad one.
You've seen that one?
Yes, unfortunately.
Yeah, like the thing is with Jeepers Creepers, the first one's great.
Yes.
Like cool concept, different. Even now, short movie, flies by, interesting movie. Second one, a little bit too bloated with characters, but still an entertaining kind of movie. The
Yeah.
third one, man, it just production hell. The director, of course, stuff came out about him as well.
Mm-hmm.
And man, it's like the third one. They had no imagination with this movie. They try to call it back to the first one, like a sequel. It's bad.
Yeah.
The blue screen, the green screen used, it's obvious. It's that bad.
Oh yeah.
The acting is wooden. I read that the love interests with the guy and the girl love interest,
Mm-hmm.
the two actors didn't like each other, so
Mm-hmm.
they didn't really sell any chemistry, and you can tell it's kind of not really a romantic connection there at all. The creeper van, the Jeepers Creepers van, the beaten you van is
Yeah.
completely different to the first two as well. No explanation as to why it's different. Um, it's rigged with like 7 different traps inside the vehicle.
Oh God.
Uh, I could go on and on about this one, Ryan. I'm not going to, but I could.
Yeah.
It says a lot when the reboot that came out a few years ago is bad, but it's better than the third one.
Well, is there 4 of them?
So the reboot remake is the fourth one,
Which is,
which I think came out. I'd like to say in the last 2-3 years. I'd like to say.
let me see.
I think it's called Jeepers Creepers Reborn. I
Okay,
believe.
yeah, that's the one that everybody hated and said it was like real cheap, and it's got a nice steelbook, of course.
Yeah, yeah, it does. It does. But I prefer that one over the third one. And
I haven't seen the fourth
and
one, so I don't know.
well, it's not worse than the third one. I'll put it that way.
Interesting. That's
It,
really
it's
interesting.
it's bad, but it's not as bad as the third one. At
Okay.
least it's a bit more like creative. They've got like a different concept going on and just rinse and repeat as well. And they do quite a few different things in the newer one, which I appreciate.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, yeah, Jeepers Creepers 3. I'm going to leave it there. It's terrible.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah,
I'm
I
guessing.
don't remember it that well. I remember not liking it, but it's been a while. And the fourth one I just didn't see. I just know that everybody hated it, and the steelbook looked great. That's all I really knew. But it's funny because I was actually at Walmart today, and I thought this was interesting because they're doing over here. They're doing the website Bloody Disgusting.
Right? Yeah.
They have like these setups in Walmart, and they're doing like different like horror props and stuff you can buy. And they had like a little small box with the truck of the Jeepers Creepers man. But you want to know how much that was for the small little car?
$30 maybe.
$35 for a tiny little car model of like the Jeepers
Wow.
Creeper. Like I'm talking about like like back in the day with like the those like little cars that you get in the pack, like to
Right.
put on like the track and stuff like that. That's how small it is.
Sorry, man. That's so. The thing is as well with Jeepers Creepers, it's like a really cool idea.
Yeah.
Like something different. Like there's so much you could go into, like the lore of the whole creature and all that.
Yeah.
And these movies just don't do that.
No.
I know. I know.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so I will go to my number 2 pick. So, to be fair, I like the first 2.
Okay.
This third one is an abomination, and I always just like it's a no every time.
Okay.
But The Mummy 3, Tomb of the Dragon Emperor. Bad.
I have not seen it.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Have you seen the first two?
Yeah.
And did you like the first two?
As much as I can remember, yes.
Okay.
But I didn't hear good things about the third one.
The third one just completely abandons the whole like Egypt plot, and it goes completely different country. I think they're Japanese. I could be wrong. Maybe it's Chinese. It's one of the two. Okay. And it just doesn't have the heart or charm with the first two, dude. It's so bad. I mean, it irritated me, honestly. Like I actually did it. I watched in the theater and I didn't like it, and I recently did a rewatch because I did I got like the trilogy in the Blu-ray pack. And
yeah,
no joke, you'll laugh at me for this.
Okay.
But I watched all three, right? And after I watched the third one, I took the disc and I chucked it in the trash. I am not watching that shit again. I hated it.
Wow, I did not expect that.
I seriously was pissed after watching that movie. I threw it across the room and I'm like, that's going in the trash. If I could have lighter fluid to light that thing on fire, I would.
I'm gonna just imagine one day you're taking that to Goodwill and they're like, "Where's the third movie?"
Nope. I love the first two. Would never trade them in, but oh my god, dude, the third one is so bad. I'm telling you, make me mad.
And have you got the Blu-ray triple pack or the 4K or?
It was just Blu-ray. I think they do have 4Ks for it, but I just got the Blu-ray.
And on the pack you've got, does it show like the movie poster of each one?
I think it just like shows.
Is it just like a generic picture?
Yeah, nothing like crazy, but
I was gonna say, because if it had like the third picture on, you'd just be like, not now because you took it out.
Dude, awful. Oh, dude, I'm telling you.
That's fantastic.
So I'm missing that one, but it's okay. It doesn't exist.
I can't believe you just got up, put it in the bin.
Well, first I chucked it across like a frisbee. I'm like, I'm done with this shit. Then it made it way in the trash can. Nobody needs to be susceptible to that.
You've got me curious to check this out now. You might have to get out the bin because we'll do a watch along at some point.
It's long gone now. Oh man. I can imagine it's in Goodwill. It's somewhere in a landfill, probably.
I don't know. It's maybe been recycled and it's made its way back to the studio to reprint it again.
Yeah, right. Oh man. That's
funny.
Oh man.
Hey, Ryan, what's going on in the chat section, man?
We got a whole bunch of comments. Let's see.
Yeah, let's get through them.
The Mummy 4 needs Liam Neeson playing the mummy. Wouldn't need makeup. That is comment of the night.
I mean, I can't disagree, Patrick. I'll be honest.
That's hilarious.
Hey, him and that other comment he mentioned before as well. That was a cracker.
And I would not buy the Steelbook, Patrick.
I'll get me for Christmas.
Oh my god, I hate that movie. Scott says, I remember going to theater with my dad seeing Mummy 3. It was a long time ago. I don't remember what the experience was. Well, it's good that you don't remember
it. You've been blessed, Scott.
Yeah,
by the sounds of it.
Got Deep Movie Man in here.
Hey, D, what's going on?
It was a wrap for the third Mummy film after Rachel Weisz didn't come back. The rest of the cast should have followed suit. the Yeti playing football and doing a touchdown sign was pretty wretched. Yes. Yeah, there's Yetis in the movie too.
How did we go from destroying mummies to Yetis playing football?
Ah, dude,
What the hell?
It just bad.
What the hell? Oh man.
Let's see. What other comments we got? We'll catch up on. Ryan saying Toy Story 4, I did really enjoy it, but I still think it should have ended at 3, especially for the core toys. I agree. But now we're getting 5, so they don't care.
Right. I mean, even 4 could have been an end of a franchise as such, because the way it wraps up pretty much is like, so I don't know. I'm interested what they're going to do with 5 anyway.
Yeah, like what else is there to do at this point?
I think at this point, reunite them with Andy, I think.
Yeah, maybe. And then maybe he passes him on to like his child or something.
Yeah, keep him back in like the family as such.
That'd be okay with that.
I think that would be a good route to end it completely, and at least it's like they've made their way back home after all of this.
Yeah.
And the girl could be grown up. Bonnie, I think it is. She could be grown up now as well.
Maybe she could be like a next door neighbor or something.
Right.
That'd be interesting.
We'll see.
D says, mine is definitely Jaws 3D, not only because it's ridiculously dumb, but visually it's unwatchable. The post-processing from the 80s 3D low-key wrecked my eyesight watching. Yeah, I remember you going on talking about those. I think with Anthony, I think Perez.
Once again, that man getting people to watch bad movies. Not saying I don't, by the way, but man, I got 14 Land Before Times. D got 4 Jaws movies.
Well, that means if you do your terrible collab series, you got to find one like The Amazing Bulk, something along those lines for him.
We don't mention that movie. I tell you what's a terrible sequel. I just thought the Titanic legend continues.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, the rapping dog. Oh man, it's always the highlight.
And the movie that has no plot.
Seriously, no. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Let's see. Kim Padres, I was curious to know what you guys think is one of the worst threequels in existence.
Oh, so one of the worst franchise that has like 3 bad movies, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Sorry, Dave. There. Okay. Minions and Despicable Me.
Minions. Yeah. Yeah, that new one is probably well, because there's 4 of the Despicable Me's and there's 2 Minions. Yeah, I had to think, like, what is the...
I think it's the case of trying to find a franchise or series that only has 3 movies.
Yeah.
Because like Fast and Furious has got loads. Despicable Me Minions has got quite a few.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to come back on that one day, personally. I'd have to think.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. What is the third movie that...
I'm just trying to think of a terrible trilogy.
Yeah.
I've never seen them. Maybe 50 Shades of Grey? Maybe.
Yeah, let me see. Worst. Let's see what...
Worst trilogies.
Of all time. Let's see if there's anything in here.
Right.
Wow. You know, in this article, top 10 worst movie trilogies, The Hobbit is one of them. That's crazy.
I heard that was overstretched.
Oh, here's one that's bad. The Alvin and the Chipmunks movies. Those are bad.
Yeah, I can't believe they made quite a few of those.
Especially the chipwrecked one when they're on the ship.
I do remember that one.
Really bad. 50 Shades is on this list.
Right.
Oh, I would say these aren't the best movies. I don't think these movies aged well as the Divergent movies.
Never saw them.
Never saw those. Okay.
Nah.
Let's see. A lot of these movies I haven't watched.
Right.
There's like the 365 Days movies from Netflix. In Name of the King. The Human Centipede trilogy. That's pretty bad. I don't know if you've ever seen those.
I think I've seen the first two.
I don't think I've seen the third one. I can't remember. But yeah, they're pretty bad.
I know the third one's the prison one, I think.
I believe so.
Where it's like the first one's about like one or two people, and the third one's about like 100 prison inmates or something.
Yeah, it's no. It's a no.
Yeah. I don't know. Good question, OD. I'd have to think about it.
Okay, so no, I mean threequel as in third sequel and trilogy or franchise. That's not pretty bad. Yeah.
Oh, okay. We've mentioned a few of those.
Yeah, a few of those.
Yeah, we've mentioned a few so far. We've got a few more to mention.
Twilight. Yeah. Okay. So I recently, last year, Patrick, watched all the Twilight movies, and my wife likes them. And I'm gonna tell you, like, I don't think any of those movies I gave like over like a 2.5 at most. They're not very good. Yeah, I agree. They're not too good.
Emma likes them.
Yeah. I think most women that like that kind of style of like romantic fiction usually love them. So
right. I think I've seen all of them apart from one of them actually, but a long like cinema days kind of time when they came out.
Okay.
So I don't remember a lot of them, and I remember them being okay, but again, it's been so many years, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think they hold up these days, but you know, maybe you feel different.
Maybe not.
Alrighty, so I guess we'll get to our number one pick.
Number one, okay. Am I going first?
Yeah, go ahead. Lead her off.
Okay, man. So this damn movie, I think I watched it last year.
Okay.
I can't remember. I really can't remember now. It is from a director who can't direct for shit. This guy cannot hold a camera steady to save his life.
Okay.
Every shot is like, say a character stood still like this, it's like the camera's like that, even though the character stood like that. and that movie is directed by Rob Zombie.
Oh.
And that movie is Free from Hell.
I agree. I don't like that.
Oh, you've seen it?
Yes, I don't like that movie. But it's funny because that movie's really bad, and there's another movie, I don't know if you've seen it, it's called 31.
No.
Which is bad. But I like House of a Thousand Corpses, Devil's Rejects, and there's another movie he made I recently watched called Lords of Salem that I like. But then I don't like movies like that. 3 from Hell, 31, I'm not a fan of. He hasn't made a lot of movies personally. But
no, I don't think he's got a huge. He made The Monsters as well, right?
Didn't watch that.
No, same here.
No.
But yeah, man, Free from Hell. I mean, you've seen it as well. Yeah, like Devil Rejects, not too bad. You know, I don't mind that one. But man, Free from Hell, like I know obviously it's tough because Sid Haig died in real life.
Yeah.
And they wrote him out of the movie pretty quick. They probably would have been better off not having him in the movie.
Yeah.
And he's fascinated with having his wife as the hot commodity in every movie as well.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, even in recently watched Lords of Salem, she's the main star in that one too. So, yeah.
And she's not a good actress at all.
Yeah, she's not great. No.
The movie just doesn't know what it wants to be. It tries to go for like a typical like Mexican kind of standoff.
Yeah.
Points in the movie. And man, it pissed me off.
Yeah, same here. I watched it, I think last year or the year before, and I was like, this is friggin' garbage. I mean, of course, it's got a nice steelbook. It's
Of
really nice
course.
steelbook. Real nice.
Well,
But
of course.
No. But no.
Yeah. I'm going to leave it there.
Yeah, it's just... Yeah. We'll leave it at that.
Yeah. I never care to watch it again.
Yeah, same. Definitely not for me either.
Mm-hmm. What's your number one, Ryan? I'm intrigued.
My number one is a movie that's kind of been a butt of the joke for a while with us, but
okay.
I don't like it at all. I never will. Thor: Love and Thunder. No.
Oh man.
I just
Go
never.
On.
Speechless.
There's not a lot to say about it, my friend.
The Screaming Goats.
Man.
The Screaming Goats. That just drives me nuts. Of course, another movie that's got a nice steelbook.
Oh, beautiful steelbook and like collector's pack as well. Yeah.
Yeah, but the movie is so bad. I mean, what is it? Was it the Russell Crowe? Was he in it? I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, Russell Crowe was in it.
Where he's like he's like dancing around.
Yeah, real cringe scene. I don't know. I didn't like the plot at all in that movie.
Right.
I felt bad for Gore the God Butcher in that movie because I really thought he could be a really good villain, but the movie never really. The movie was too uneven in which it's like direction, and it was trying to be really funny rather than like being serious. And then when it switched to serious, it's like, no, like you've made it so uneven in your tone that it just doesn't line up at all. So, and because I like the look of him and stuff, and like his backstory that we get, and some of the scenes that he's in, but I just don't feel like he reaches his full potential as a villain. Right. It just doesn't match with like the humor that they're trying to throw in, and then constantly having screaming goats in the movie, like it just it's a nah.
It's kind of like Thor Ragnarok, but turned up to like 100 in that movie.
Yeah, and like to be fair too, like I've never been like huge fan of the Thor movies.
Right.
Right. I don't own any of them in the collection, none of them. And
the third one's good. The first one's good, and the third one.
Right. Yeah, it's just I don't know. I just don't. I kind of hope they're done with it, but I don't know.
From what I've heard, they're making a fifth one.
Oh God. Thor, Screaming Goats. 5.
Like even in the fourth one, just the fact that the story, like he's got no chemistry with Natalie Portman.
Yeah.
At all. And Chris Hemsworth seems like a pretty cool guy in general.
Yeah.
But he's got no chemistry with Natalie Portman's character. Jane Foster, that's the one. In the fourth movie, he's in love with an axe.
Yes.
Oh, I can't remember the bloody name of whatever it's called, but he's in love with that, or he's trying to summon it all. That Stormbreaker. I don't know, man.
Yeah. And
it just seems like the movie's more focused on him having this axe more than anything.
Pretty much.
And the serious nature of like Natalie Portman's character having cancer in the movie is kind of just like laughed at. And I don't like the actress, but I mean, like, it's a pretty serious topic to give a character.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree.
They kind of just throw it off as comedy.
It definitely doesn't help her career.
No.
She's still on the worst actresses for you.
We'll always be there, my friend.
Yeah, she's never really made anything like noteworthy that I can think of, really.
At least not for me.
Yeah.
Nah. No. But no, man, that's a great pick. I could definitely agree.
Rashad's in the house.
Hey, Rashad. Hey, Rashad, what's going on? We mentioned Rashad before, right?
Yeah,
I can't remember what we mentioned him for, but we did mention Rashad.
I can't remember.
But
That's funny.
hey, Rashad, hope you're doing well.
Sai says Thor: Love and Thunder is the ultimate mic drop.
It literally is. I don't think anyone can argue with it, really.
Yeah. He says 3 from Hell should have never been made following
Yeah.
the death of Sid High. Very disappointing film. It ruined the two. Yeah, I agree. For sure.
Really did. Really did.
Definitely, for sure. I definitely agree.
Didn't need to be made.
Definitely.
A lot of these we've mentioned didn't need to be made.
Oh, no. And you could go on and on with, the different sequels and just, there's always something.
And we get, to be fair, like nowadays, we seem to be getting more and more sequels. Like, they'll make a movie, the first one will be really successful, and they'll be like, right, let's rush another one into production.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I'm intrigued to see the movie, but one coming up, like Blackthorn, is getting a sequel. And if you've seen the ending of Blackthorn, I'm like, how do you make a sequel that's maybe not a prequel? But by this point, those kids are grown up and have hit puberty. So they're not kids anymore, they're teenagers or young adults now.
Right.
So, and they're not going to be able to, like, make up them to the point where they're young again,
Yeah, I would say I'm not even really excited for that movie. You know me, I'm not like the hugest fan of that one. I know you liked it more than I did, but
Right.
I've tried to watch it a few times. It just doesn't work. Tried. But yeah, I'll go check it out, the sequel, because I know it's coming out next year. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. True.
Rashad says, I don't know if you mentioned it, but Exorcist II is probably the worst sequel ever. No, we did not mention that one.
I've never seen Exorcist II.
I haven't either.
I haven't heard good things.
No, I haven't either. I actually watched the third one. It's funny. I've seen the first and the third one, and I didn't like the third one, and a lot of people like the third one.
Okay.
So I don't know if I'm in the minority there or what.
I tell you what, I think we mentioned Rashad earlier. Rashad, if you're still watching, I think Patrick he said Rocky IV.
Oh, yeah.
And I know Rashad will have he'll not agree with that one.
Oh, yeah, he said it was cheesy.
Yeah, it is. It definitely is cheesy, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a fun movie.
Yeah, he says it's awful. I'm sorry I even mentioned it. 3 was cool. Yeah, see, a lot of people like 3. But maybe if I go back and rewatch it, maybe it'd be different. But, Sai says, believe it or not, there's an American Werewolf in Rome scheduled for 2025. Wow. How long has it been since... What is the last one, the Paris one? How?
Paris, right? I'd like to say that was an old movie. Maybe early 2000s? Or late 90s, maybe?
Let's see. Oh, yeah, that was 97.
97, okay.
Yeah. They don't make a sequel of that.
American Werewolf in Rome.
I'll say this, Si. It can't be any worse than the werewolf movie I watched the other day, The Beast Within. I just dropped a review for that one, and it's not good. So I don't know if it could be worse.
I haven't seen a new review yet, but I know we talked backstage about it.
Yeah. Not good.
Do we need an American Werewolf movie again?
No, but the name alone will probably get butts in the seats.
Right.
That's all that matters. They don't care about the quality.
I've heard nothing about this, though.
I haven't either. It's the first I've heard of it. So,
okay.
I don't know if that's getting a theater release or if it's going to drop on streaming or what.
I'm guessing there's going to be a lot of CG in that movie.
Probably. Not practical effects.
Not like the first original one, no.
No way.
Nah. I'd be shocked if it did.
I said Rocky IV did not need to get made, but I'm glad it did. 80s cheese at its best. Okay, so he agrees. It's cheesy.
Yeah, Rashad, to be honest, like after Rocky III, they probably didn't need to make another one. but they did. They made another 3.
It must have made money.
Rocky 4. I say Rocky 3. I definitely agree with Charge. Cheesy movie, cheesy fun.
Yeah.
Flies over pretty much. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Says I saw the review you put me off to it. Yeah, it's a bad movie, Sai. It's just I don't like the fact that with that movie that it's the whole werewolf portion is like pretty much barely in it. It's basically a family drama movie, so it's a shame. But
yeah, for a movie that's advertised about a werewolf as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it is what it is.
Yeah, weird decision.
Well, it looks like we're caught up on all the comments. So if you guys have anything else, we were all done with our picks.
Yeah. Yeah, got through them pretty good.
Yeah. So I guess we'll get ready to wrap it up. Since we're through the comments, we got through our picks, got through it pretty good within our 2-hour period anyway. So
it's cool that we had a couple of matching as well in there.
Yeah, I thought possibly we could. Just
Mm-hmm.
with some of our similar movies, but
right.
Yeah.
Right.
That was good that we had some that matched. So, and just a few that we didn't have either. So,
I don't think we had any comments that said anyone disagreed with our picks either.
Yeah. No. Yeah. No one disagreed. So.
Yeah.
They're good picks.
I mean, if someone did, it'd be cool to hear the argument. But yeah.
Yeah.
No disagreements, as far as I know.
Thanks, Patrick. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Patrick. Appreciate it, man.
Definitely appreciate you being here and everybody that tuned in. I guess we'll get ready to sign off. And, thanks everybody that tuned in, left a comment, and participated.
Well, Ryan, before we sign off,
Yeah.
do you just want to plug like what you got coming up?
Sure. So I just dropped the Beast Within review, like right before the stream. I'm going to have a review later tonight. I'm going to edit it up for a movie called Kneecap.
Yeah.
Tomorrow I should drop my review for Trap is the plan. I'm also planning to finally see Deadpool and Wolverine tomorrow. That's the plan. So we'll see how it goes. I'm not excited for that movie. And 2 other videos I plan for this week. I have my pickup video for July. And I'm going to be watching Cuckoo in the theaters this week.
Nice.
And as far as I know, I think that's it. I think also, too, I haven't seen it yet. I don't know if I'll do a review on the channel, but I'll probably watch it and at least do a letterbox review. The Bike Riders comes on Peacock, and I haven't watched that yet. So,
yeah.
I'll give that a shot.
I'll be interested to see what side the fence he's sitting, because I seem to be the only one who wasn't a fan of that movie.
There's a few reviews I've seen that weren't like that keen on it. So I mean, there's been a few, but there's a lot of people said they liked it. But I think also it just depends, everybody's got different tastes and how they see a movie, and some people love it, and then some people that were bikers and stuff really loved it. So I guess if we relate to that aspect, you like that kind of movie. So
right. I get you. Hey man, well, some awesome stuff coming up anyway. A lot of videos.
Always. What do you got coming up? I know you just dropped your Hogwarts unboxing.
Yeah, so I unboxed. I mean, you guys probably can't see it well on the camera, but that huge Harry Potter Hogwarts Express box. I unboxed that like 20-minute up. I tried to condense it down as much as I kind of got to like 20 minutes. So bit of a longer video, everyone to enjoy. So yeah, drop that today. Next week I've got like 6 or 7 cinema showings.
Yeah, you're busy. You're telling me.
So it's going to be pretty much like maybe 1 or 2 videos most days to get the content out, or maybe spread it out so much. But yeah, I've got like the showing of Spider-Man movies in cinemas, so the originals. So I'm going to review them. An animated movie called Kensuke's Kingdom. I'm going to be checking that one out. I've got a secret screening on Tuesday, which I think might be Kneecap, so I'll probably drop a review as well. Trap we get next week, so I'll be dropping a review for that. And then I've got a few other videos that's on Patreon early at the moment, so they will probably drop in the next week or two, man. And at some point, bring do another episode of Z Talks, but I'm not too sure when.
Awesome. Sounds good. We got a lot coming up as well. Patrick said we should do a top 200 Liam Neeson films next stream. Mike hasn't seen half of them, Patrick.
Jay,
only me that goes to the theater and checks out these movies to tell you they're not good.
you know, something like that would be really interesting to do, but he's got so many movies, it's finding the time to watch them all. Because you'd have to go back from his beginning filmography to, like, present.
Yeah, I haven't seen most of them.
Unless we just review the Taken saga from Taken to the current one.
Yeah, that's true.
I know. But thanks for the suggestion, Patrick. I appreciate it.
Rashad, Karate Kid. Yes, I need to watch it.
You do, Ryan. Yeah. It keeps reminding you, yeah.
Yeah, probably will happen is I'll have to do a watch along or something to force me to watch it just because I just won't get to it.
Well, Rashad, actually, speaking of Rashad, I'm going to quickly mention this. Rashad, if you're still watching, I was looking on Tubi last night because we finally actually got that streaming service here in the UK. There's a movie that came out this year called The Karate Princess.
Oh, God.
So you can check that one out, Rashad, as well.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I dread to think.
That's really funny.
But yes, Ryan, you need to get to Karate Kid. Night Sai, thanks for tuning in, man.
Appreciate it, man. Well, I guess we'll get ready to wrap it up. Again, Thank you guys for joining and everything. And if you are new to the channel watching and you're not subscribed to this guy over here,
the wall?
Don't subscribe to the wall, but subscribe to this guy over here.
And that guy right there.
And I appreciate you guys for watching. We'll end the stream, and then we may do another poll for our next one. I'm not sure, but we'll think of something. We'll have some ideas in the pipeline, and then we'll go for that.
Yeah, we'll like next episode, guys. We'll probably get a guest on again, or maybe one or two guests.
Yeah.
Maybe put a poll together, and tell you what, we'll stay live for like another minute. If you guys are watching live, let us know if you enjoy the polls, or next time you want us just to bring an idea and you guys just come along for that. Just let us know. Because I'm sure we can muster up a couple of ideas. Yeah,
definitely. As Rashad says, Mike, you have roach antennas for bad movies.
Well, to be honest, I was searching Tubi last night and I saw it. I was like, The Karate Princess 2024 movie. And I knew I had to text Rashad, but I've completely forgot, so apologies.
And what does that star in? Asylum's Best?
Probably.
Best and greatest actors?
Probably, my friend. Probably.
I can just imagine how bad that is. Instead of saying like wax on, wax off, they say something else.
Man, I wouldn't know what they would say.
Oh man, I'd be intrigued to watch that.
I don't know if it's a Tubi original as well, you know.
Let me see. It's called The Karate Princess.
The Karate Princess. I'm pretty sure that was the name of it.
Let me see.
And it said, I'm pretty sure it said the movie was released this year as well.
So. Yeah, it's got a 3.8 out of 10 on IMDb.
There we go.
Let's see. Let's see. Look at this movie poster. It's a faith family movie, it says.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, faith-based karate movie, yeah.
It tells the story of a successful businesswoman that returns home to take over her father's dojo. Okay.
Rashad's going to watch that tonight, I think.
The headlining cast is Kenyon T. Henry, E.J. Jackline, and Gracie Jackline. Wow. And Master Menu is Albert Kim.
Master Menu?
And it's directed by Tim Ross. What has Tim Ross done? It's his first movie. Sounds like he's got a hit on his hands.
Sounds like he does. I'm watching that on my days off.
I can't wait to see you do a review on that if you do or something.
Yeah, I'm up for it. I'll take one for the team. No.
Not even if Jesus told me to watch it. Patrick says I have faith we'll be skipping that.
Okay, guys, I'll watch it for us. Don't worry.
I can't wait to hear it. You're going to give it a glowing review.
Best movie of all year.
Definitely.
Oh, man.
That's funny.
Well, all right, guys. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate you all.
Definitely. Alrighty, we'll end it here. Thanks for watching, guys.
Take care, guys. See ya.
Later.